then guys, welcome back to the channel. Firstly, apologies for the delay in getting this episode out to you. It's been a really busy couple of weeks. I've moved all of my setup from the garage to actually inside the house. My wife has finally let me have the office inside, so it's just meant I've not been able to record a video, but we are back, and as you can see, we're back with a change. My ugly mug is now in the videos. The webcam has finally arrived, and what a time for it to arrive, because today we've got the opportunity to add another piece of silverware to the Roma trophy cabinet. Can we do it? We'll find out now. Let's run the intro. And welcome to episode 39 of the Roma Revolution. I'm Ben, and coming up on today's episode we have the Coppa Italia final against Atalanta, and that is followed by a big game in Serie A against 4th place AC Milan. Now, since you were last with me, results have been okay after those two really frustrating defeats in the last episode. We did go on a run of 5 unbeaten, beating Perugia 4-0, 3 awesome Thiago Almada goals for a hat-trick. Lorenzo Pellegrini then rounded off the victory with a free kick. We followed that up with a 2-1 victory over Atalanta. Pedro and Florenzi scoring 2 in 2 minutes for us to take the victory. A frustrating 0-0 draw then against Sampdoria, a game which we utterly, completely dominated, but were unable to get the result there. But 2 1-0 victories over Udinese and Lazio meant we were 4 points clear at the top of the league going into the Juventus game, but we couldn't quite pull off a victory. A 2-0 loss there, and that therefore means that we are now only 1 point clear at the top of the Serie A table over Juventus, but a further 3 points clear over Inter Milan. That's something, however, we'll focus on later on in the episode. For now, it's all about winning another piece of silverware. Can we add the Coppa Italia to our collection? The team we're looking to do it with is this. A slight change in system, so we're now 4 at the back with Farines in goal, Donati, Mancini, Basia and Florenzi at the back, Camavinga, Paredes and Riccardi in the midfield, with Almada in behind both Pedro and Caio Jorge, who's returned from injury up front, both scoring a lot of goals. I thought maybe we could get the best out of them with a diamond system. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it will go in our favour for what is a huge game. It will be a really good confidence booster, a victory to take into those last few Serie A games of the season. A team that maybe is just starting to find its level. A really good side in Atalanta, who obviously we have had 2 tough games against already this season. So hopefully we can get one better over them. We're going to ask the team to go out there and show the media why they have been right to back us up. As always, we've got faith in the boys. The assistant is off to the tunnel, and here we go. The Coppa Italia final, the second Coppa Italia final we've reached in our tenure as Roma manager. The first one we lost to AC Milan. Can we go one step better and win this time? It's going to be a tough ask, but here we go. The first highlight, Paredes with the ball in. It's towards the back post. There's a melee in the middle. It's not quite got a shot away, I don't think, but Paredes is beaten to it on the right again. It was bobbling about in the area. I think Riccardi it may have fallen to in the end, but we weren't quite able to get the shot away. And as the first 15 minutes have gone by, we're going to ask for a bit more creativity. We're playing okay, but we all know we can do much better than this. It's the first time I've actually tried the diamond. Both Pedro and Caio Jorge have not yet been fit together. It's a bit of a risk for a cup final, but I thought maybe there's goals in the 2 of them up front. It might well just pay off. It looks like we're also having plenty of shots, but not any that have been highlight worthy so far, bar the melee in the box. We're going to demand a little bit more and just see if that is going to see us grab a goal before half time, or it might well go the other way. But Mancini does well to beat his man at the front post, and now Caio Jorge has linked up with Pedro from a distance. Pedro's in, can he score? It's a tight angle, he's got his shot away, but it's easy for Carnesecchi to save in the Atalanta goal. But good link up between the two. Jorge was beaten to it, but it's fallen back to Almada. Pedro scores the first goal in the Coppa Italia final, his 26th goal in all competitions. this season. He's obviously not scored all of those for us, coming to us as top scorer in Serie A in January. A really well worked corner from Almada, back to Pedro, who slots it home, and we're 1-0 up, and we now have a lead to defend in the final. Can we do it? There's a really quick highlight after the goal, and it's Elia on the right for Atalanta, back to Luag. Can we see it out? Paredes doing well, Mangala in the middle, he's gone to Darun, Talisca, Duvan Zapata, DeMarco on the left, he's found El Shamari. It looks like they could bounce straight back, but Florenzi gets in there and makes a really crucial tackle, and then finds Pedro with the ball forward, who's got Almada inside him. Almada to make it 2. It's 2 goals in 2 minutes for Roma, and this could well be the Italian Cup trophy coming our way. A really well worked counter-attack. Florenzi finds Pedro on the right, who sees Almada inside him, pops it to him, and Almada slots it into the bottom corner. His 13th goal of the season. It's Roma 2, Atalanta 0, and the diamond might just be working, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a really solid first half from the boys, and hopefully later on we'll be seeing us lift that Coppa Italia trophy. But there is still a half of football to go, and a half where we just need to hold on to a 2-0 lead. Roma 2, Atalanta 2. We're going to ask the boys not to get complacent. We might be winning, but don't let the performance levels drop. And can we do it? A really solid first half. Pedro and Caio George have linked up together really nicely up front. It would be really rounded off if George could also get his first goal back after injury. We're going to ask for a bit of creativity. I feel like a third may well kill the game, but as time ticks towards the 55th minute, we've seen nothing so far of the second half, but I don't mind that. If we don't see the game again, it means we are the Coppa Italia champions, and that is something to add to the trophy cabinet. We're going to make some changes. George is struggling. He has only just returned from injury. I'm wary of giving him too much game time and causing further damage. So Patrick Schick can come on up front instead of him. Manuel Donati also struggling on the left. Unfortunately, Miranda suspended for this game. So we're going to get young Singalani on the left to play in the Coppa Italia final. See if he can make an impact for the last half an hour or so. You may have also noticed we're missing Lorenzo Pellegrini through suspension. So a really good victory this would be without 2 of our main men. We're going to show some passion for 10 or so minutes. We just really would like to see 1 more goal just to make a really well-rounded performance. I'm not asking too much. 2-0 is good enough, but 3 would just feel like the icing on the cake. 2 goals within the space of 2 minutes. Pedro and Almada have potentially secured us this trophy, but here is another highlight, and it's Riccardi to Thiago Almada, out to Florenzi, who's got a chance to cross. Patrick Schick, he can't quite beat his man, and Zapata is now away for Atalanta. Is there going to be a final bit of drama in the game? DeMarco, Rueg, Darun, Basia tackles really well. Colli, it's fallen to Malinasevski, and we may have spoken too soon. Farinez has made a great save early on there. Duvan Zapata towards DeMarco, Rueg, Basia does well to get a foot in. Farinez, it's just gone straight at Milinovsky, and it is now Roma 2, Atalanta 1, with just over 5 minutes to play, and there is another highlight. It needs to fall our way. Florenzi on the right, he needs to beat his man. Can he? He does. He's found Thiago Almada. He shoots, he's hit the bar. Oh, that would have been the goal that could have done it. He's hit the bar, a game that we've completely dominated. It's 2-1 approaching the last couple of minutes or so. 3 minutes of added time for us to hold on. It's got nervous towards the end, but are we going to do it? Are we going to hold on? There's a last highlight. Almada with the ball in. Patrick Schick heads over. That could have been the winner, but not quite. As time ticks by, we have done it. The Coppa Italia is ours. Roma 2, Atalanta 1. It got nervy towards the end, but we have been able to do it. A great win for the boys. That's our second trophy in 4 seasons as Roma manager. And our attention now turns to Serie A. And can we add a third and make it a domestic double? I'll see you for the AC Milan game in a second. Time for the Milan game then, boys and girls. And it has become a must win game. Juventus have beaten Torino 1-0 before we play Milan. That means they are now 2 points clear of us at the top of the league, so nothing less than a win will put us back on top. And with only a few games to go, chasing Juventus at this stage of the season is not something we want to be looking to do. Only a couple of changes though for the Milan game. Miranda is back in on the left hand side and Pellegrini is back in the middle. Donati and Paredes dropping out for both of them. We're back to what I would probably say is pretty much full strength, so hopefully we can go to AC Milan and secure a victory that would take us back to the top of the table. Inter Milan have also won, so they're now level on points with us, but obviously we do have that better head-to-head record over them. After this game against AC Milan, we've not got the toughest run-in of fixtures, so that may well work in our favour, but I feel we need to be clear of Juventus before those final 7 or so games. We're going to ask the boys to carry on straight from where they finished the last match. As always, we have faith in them. The assistant is off to the tunnel, and here we go. Can we secure the victory that would just put us 1 point back ahead of Juventus, and an early highlight that might well fall our way? Florenzi back to Riccardi in the middle. He's going to have a shot as he surges into the area. It's only fallen straight into the hands of Donnarumma, but a really good surge of pace there from Alessio Riccardi into the box, and he does manage to get his shot away. AC Milan, as I did mention, are in 4th, so they're still in with a slight outside chance, but results really do need to go their way if they're going to be anywhere near the top of the league. Pellegrini beats Andre Silva to it in the midfield. He surges towards the area. He has a shot. Donnarumma tips it wide. It looked like it was going to fall into the bottom corner, but Donnarumma gets across and does really well. Pellegrini with the resulting corner. It's headed away by Romagnoli, and it's now just being popped around in the midfield by us. I thought that was going to be the first goal. We're going to ask for a bit of creativity. We just need to find that first one. Milan, a team who we have had up and down results again during the series. They are obviously the current holders of Serie A. Their crown is going to slip by the looks of it, but we want to be the ones taking that crown and beating Juventus to the punch at the top of the table. Half an hour then, we've seen a couple of chances for us, and is this another one? Pellegrini fires it in. Miranda, I think Mancini's headed in at the back post. He has! Gianluca Mancini at the back post, heads in. It's Roma 1, AC Milan will 0. Half an hour gone. Pellegrini the orchestrator, as he has been all season long. Donnarumma should be saving that, but Mancini heads in, and how crucial a goal could that be towards the Serie A title? It's not yet updated on the screen, but that takes us 1 point ahead of Juventus with 7 games to play. And I remembering the fixtures, we've got none of this top 5 to play again. We've played Juve, we've played Inter, we're now playing AC Milan, and we've played Lazio. So this could be a massive, massive step in the right direction. Roma 1, AC Milan 0 then at half time. We're going to just ask the boys to not get complacent. The job is by no means done. Florenzi also has picked up a knock, so we're going to bring him off for David Bua. A potentially big loss on that right hand side, but I'm sure Bua can do the job for us in a second half that could be absolutely massive towards the Serie A title. We're going to ask for some creativity to start with. Can we nab the second that might well see the victory in the bag? We've played quite well again. It's been a really even game, but we've not really seen anything of AC Milan until now. Have I put the kiss of death on it, as Hakan, a man who has scored many a goal against us before, ends up with it on the right hand side. Miranda doing well against Hate Bua. It's fallen to Paqueta straight at Faranes. Good save, easy enough save to make, and it looks like we're going to try and break quickly on this right hand side. David Bua surging forward, beats 1, beats 2, finds Pellegrini, who's got to get rid of it. He does. Back to Camavinga, to Riccardi, finds Miranda. Can he put the ball across or shoot himself? He shoots himself. It's straight at Donnarumma, and much as the weak chance at the other end was for AC Milan, that was almost as weak at this end. This, however, could be a massive loss. Lorenzo Pellegrini has a knock. We're going to bring him off so the knock doesn't get worse. We have got Paredes, who had a pretty solid game in that final, on the bench. There is, however, now 35 minutes rather to play, and we've only got one sub left to make. The front three not been able to make an impact as of yet. We're going to ask for some passion. We saw a really big chance for Milan, followed up by a reasonably decent chance for Roma, but with half an hour to go, we do just need to be doing exactly this: dominating the possession, dominating the game, and seeing if we can just squeeze the victory out of AC Milan with 20 minutes to go. I'm sure the Olimpico crowd is probably right behind us at the moment. They know how big a victory this could be, and Juan Miranda has a throw on the left. He's got it back from Paredes. He's taking on a few men. Can he cross this time instead of shooting? He shoots again, but he's forced a much more difficult save out of Donnarumma this time, and there's a resulting corner. Almada with the ball in. George doesn't quite attack it like he could have done, and it's with Camavinga, who finds Mancini, and that is that. George really had the opportunity to attack the ball there. It was put on a plate for him a little bit, but he didn't quite do so. And could that come back to bite us, as Kessie has it on the edge of our area? He's found William, who's found Hakan. Always a danger, I feel. Hateboer on the right. He's beaten his man. Can he get the cross in? He can! There's the man we always know can score against us. Hakan Çalhanoğlu at the back. That could be the goal that sees us not win Serie A. It could be that crucial goal. Hateboer beats his man. Hakan's free. David Boer is nowhere to be seen. I don't really know what he's doing. And now, with just over 20 minutes to go, we are going to get Almada off. He's having a bit of a poor game. Zaniolo, a big game player for us before, is going to come on for the final 13 or so minutes. We're going to ask for some creativity. Can we grab what would be a reasonably dramatic equaliser that would take us back atop Serie A with 7 games to go? We are just going to go very attacking. It doesn't matter if we draw or lose. I feel like that is null and void either way. If we win, however, it could be massive. We're going to tell the boys to push forward. Can we do it? 5 minutes of stoppage time. It's looking unlikely, but all it takes is one last chance. Is this going to be a draw that sees the title slip away? It's Roma 1, AC Milan 1. A really frustrating draw. 11 shots, 8 on target, only the one resulting in a goal. Hakan's 76th minute equaliser may well have meant that we might not be winning this Serie A title this year. We're going to get aggressive. The performance was by no means good enough at all, and we have lost a lead at the top of the table that we've had for a really long time. It is only a point, but how big could that point be with 7 games to go? Looking ahead though to the next episode, we'll still have faith in the boys. We will be back at some point towards here. Benevento, Fiorentina and Lecce. It all depends on how the league table is looking, but we'll be back for what could well be a dramatic finish to Serie A. But I hope you have enjoyed today's episode, and if you have, please leave a like down below for me. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager content, and thank you all for coming along and watching.